Real pleased with the way we played tonight. Obviously, the first half was spectacular. Second half, I told the guys at halftime, like I said at Air Force, this is 4 quarters. We won the first quarter. Wyoming won the second quarter, but we had a big enough lead where we won the game. So now we have 2 quarters left to play, and we're going to get ready tomorrow. We have to play better than we did tonight.
Great win tonight, Coach. Wyoming didn't play any zone tonight, and your team still looked tremendous on offense, especially in the first half. Do you think you turned the corner on offense?
We played a solid first half. Obviously, they did mix in a little bit of matchup zone. You know, it was tough to tell, but they did play some zone for about a 3 or 4 minute stretch. But we adapted to it quickly, and we shot the ball great. We shot it great from 3. We only had 2 turnovers at halftime, so we took care of the ball. We shot the ball and we shared the ball. And that's what you want to do.
Lamont, you had a game 2 games ago where you had a lot of turnovers in a game, and since then you've really taken care of the ball and continued with the aggressive play. What has been your thought process the last 2 games?
Just slowing down, slowing my mind, and then just playing off 2 when I get into the paint. And then I know I got to take care of the ball. As a point guard, as a team, that's a detriment to the team if you keep turning the ball over. So just trying to limit that and just trying to keep helping the team win.
And then there was a call where you got called for traveling at half court, and it looked like you were dribbling. What did the refs tell you about that call?
They didn't really tell me anything, but I feel like I didn't travel, but the call is what it is.
Coach talked about being able to continue to improve and to get better. How do you improve after such an impressive performance that you had tonight?
I mean, we can definitely build off this and improve. I'm pretty sure we turned the ball over too much in the second half. We got to continue to be aggressive, but see the right plays and continue to make the right plays as the game goes on. So we have a lot to improve on.
62 points in the first half is a Mountain West Conference record for any team in the Mountain West for the first half. How pleased were you in that first half performance by your team?
We played the right way. I mean, we were hot from 3. We got out on the fast break because we got stops. We shared the ball, and we didn't turn the ball over. We only had 2 turnovers, so we played really well offensively. Then the second half, we had 24 points. We didn't particularly shoot the ball as well. We missed a lot of shots, and Wyoming made some defensive adjustments and played a better second half against us. And so if I was just going on the first half, I'd say it was a spectacular game. But we have room to grow as a team, and we have to start doing that tomorrow.
Coach, Lamont Butler kind of emerged there when Matt got hurt. Can you just talk about his play over the last couple of games and what you've seen from him?
Lamont's playing good basketball. He's being aggressive. He's scoring when it's called for, and when it's not, he's finding his teammates for assists. So that's what a point guard should be doing. He should be able to run the team, take care of the ball, and make good decisions.
A question for Lamont, if I could, please. Lamont, we didn't see you play too much before Matt got hurt, and then you stepped in and looked like you played all season long. What was your mindset when you were waiting for your opportunity to play?
Just to stay confident, stay aggressive. I know my game, and I know I can help this team win. And so, me being out there, I feel like I'm helping the team out, and just being aggressive, getting to the paint, playing off 2, finding teammates, and being a hassle defensively. So, I just feel like me being out there is normal to me. I played a lot in high school, so it's just a game of basketball, and I feel like I was ready.
You certainly have looked ready. Did you have to campaign with Coach Dutcher at all to say, hey, put me in there, Coach, or did you just patiently wait?
No, I trust Coach. He knows what he's doing, so I was just ready when my opportunity came.
Just an update on AG and what his status is.
AG had a great workout yesterday morning, 8:30, and looked as good as he looked. And he got home and he got dizzy, wasn't feeling well, and turns out we think it was vertigo. So we're getting him some meds and trying to get him moving in the right direction where he'll be available to us hopefully in the near future, as in next game, I'm hoping.
Is this situation where he feels good and then doesn't feel good? I mean, I heard he was okay today, shoot around, and then didn't feel well again this afternoon.
Yeah, he said he was having trouble focusing, felt a little dizzy tonight. So we decided not to use him or to try to dress him. So hopefully as these meds kick in and and we try to get him with the doctors to see what can be done. Hopefully he'll feel better where we can use him in the next game, because we need AG, obviously.
In terms of Matt, I'm assuming he had no minutes limitations tonight?
Well, we didn't want to go much over 20 plus, and he ended up playing 19. So he played, I think, 14 in his first game, played 19 today. So his minutes are going up slowly, and hopefully they will continue to do that.
In terms of the starting lineup, I mean, obviously Matt's going to go back in the starting lineup, and now you have the decision after two 30-point wins of taking somebody out. What was the thought process in taking Lamont out and leaving Trey and Terrell in?
I just erred on going with the veteran, the senior. I explained that to Lamont. Had nothing to do with the way he plays. That I thought, much like Adam did and AG did when they lost their starting spots, they came in at Air Force and each scored 15 in that game. And Lamont came off the bench and put up good numbers tonight, double-figure scoring, took care of the ball, and was really impactful in the game. So I've got a team that's wired the right way. Whether they start or come off the bench, they're always ready to play.
The last thing about Trey, he hasn't been scoring a lot lately, but you keep talking about his assist turnover ratio, and that seems to be like, with a point guard, your number one focus. Again, he was 3-1 tonight, which is right on what he is. I think he leads the Mountain West front, if I'm not mistaken. But just talk about his value, despite not scoring a ton of points and not shooting the ball particularly well right now. Yeah,
well, Trey plays elite defense. You know, he was on Marcus Williams, their leading scorer, did a good job on him when he was on him. He finds his teammates. He's a pass-first player, and everybody likes playing with a guy like that, that if they're open, he finds them on time, on target, and he could have had a few more assists today if guys would have finished plays that he set up for him. So I'm pleased with Trey's defense and his ability to find his teammates. Obviously, he'd like to shoot the ball better, and hopefully he continues to put the work in. He'll be able to do that as the season progresses.
The last thing, I mean, a lot's being said about the offense, 63 points the first half, but you just held one of the better offensive teams in the Mountain West, 30% shooting. What did you do, and particularly after the first few sequences where they were able to get that big small switch and got a couple easy baskets inside, mismatches with Hunter Thompson? What adjustments did you make, and what did you do just as a total defensive philosophy that really shut them down? No one's really been able to do it all season.
Yeah, well, Coach Linder's a good coach, so he knew probably we were going to switch Hunter Thompson because he's a shooting five-man. So we had a couple plays early to roll him in there and post him up. So we made an adjustment not to switch for a minute or two, and then when they got settled back into what they do best, which is pick and pop him and space him, we started switching him again. So there were a few adjustments as the game went on. We knew they were going to shoot a lot of threes. I said they're going to for sure shoot 30 threes, and I want 30 contested. If they take 40, I want 40 contested threes. And they end up taking 43s, which is probably the most anyone's ever taken against us. And so the most part, we contested the majority of them. They miss some open ones, but that's what they do. They space the floor, and they take a lot of threes.
And one quick question for Lamont. Coach was talking about the starting situation, and you actually put us some pretty good numbers. But when you look at Trey, how much do you respect that assist-to-turnover ratio, considering the one, I guess, the criticism of so far of your game is the turnovers. How much do you respect the 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio?
That's great for a point guard. He's a great player. I mean, it might seem like he hasn't been playing so well, but defensively and then defensively he's been great, and then just getting everybody involved. He's good. I respect his game. He's a great player. He's a great leader. So I'm just trying to follow after him and just play to the best of my ability.
Obviously, Marcus Williams, Hunter Maldonado, their two leading scorers held to 6 points each and 10 combined turnovers. What did you see on the defensive side of the ball, and what worked?
We just knew that we had to turn our water off. We constantly kept bodies on him. We knew Maldonado likes to post up in that short corner area, so we were locked in on that. And we just play with energy on the defensive end and trust ourselves in being gaps in, and we don't worry about much else. Just worry about the things we can control, our energy and our effort.
When Coach Dutcher says to you after you've won by 30 points, we didn't play well enough in the second half, as a player, how do you receive that?
I mean, you take what he said and you just got to be better. He's right. We have a lot to improve on. in our mindset and how we played. So you just have to take what he said and get better.
And for Coach Dutcher, a follow-up on that, you almost sounded a little bit upset right away at the beginning of the press conference when you were talking about how you didn't like how they played in the second half. Is that being a little bit greedy?
It's just wanting to get the team better. I mean, I have a high standard for what I think the level we should be playing at. When we don't play at it, John Wooden always say the score doesn't dictate how the team plays. It's the level of play he's most concerned with. And I'm not John Wooden, but I'm concerned with the level of our play. And I thought the level of our play the second half wasn't good. And I'm not blaming our kids for that. Wyoming had something to do with that. They played better defensively the second half. They were more determined, and we have to answer that challenge because we're going to play them again in a day and a half here.
You're in this stretch right now where you're playing some pretty inexperienced teams that are lower in the standings. Teams like Utah State and Boise got all those games early against those teams, and it seemed like they were able to build like a confidence and a swagger. Do you feel like your team is able to do that? I mean, get a lot more confidence and aggressiveness in these games that you're winning by huge margins?
I think confidence comes by playing well and playing together, which I think we're doing right now. I'm not too worried about the other teams in our conference. If we just take care of business, do what we're supposed to do, I always say at the end of the day we'll be where we want to be. So I think we are getting confidence playing where we're playing right now, and we got to keep it going.
And after Air Force, you said that you didn't think too much of the actual scheme that you ran against Air Force would carry over to this game because it's predominantly on defense. But you would hope that the aggressiveness is that what you kind of saw tonight? The aggressiveness carried over?
Yeah, I think the aggressiveness carried over. You saw a lot of guys attacking the basket with force, which is what our coaches talked about. And now we have to attack with force and be able to make the right play out of that. But definitely it did carry over, so that was good to see.
And you said the other night, that started in the second game at Utah State. What clicked with you guys? I mean, you only scored 45 points, I believe, in that first game against Utah State. What happened? I mean, I think there was a team-only meeting. I mean, what kind of things were said, and how did that transformation take place so quickly?
I mean, we just knew we had to get better. We knew that's not the way we wanted to go out, and it had a lot to do with our mindset. Just have to be more aggressive, and when you're aggressive, you live with the results. We can't live with passive results, and that was the main point of what was said.
Terrell Gomez has slowly gotten better his last 3 starts. He was 9 of 11 on all the shots today, 4 from 4 from the 3-point line. Do you see him getting more starts throughout the season as he continues to improve?
Yeah, if he continues to play at that level, he'll remain in the starting lineup. It's about production. It's about a role you play. And so Terrell has gotten better at the defensive end. He's got a lot more confidence offensively right now, and I like the way he's playing. So the task at hand is to continue to try to get better, not be satisfied that what he's doing is good enough, that there's another level that he can climb to.